All right. Okay. All right, y'all. This is a little rough, but it's going to be all right. One way or another, y'all. That's how we do it today. Everything is going to be okay, and we're going to do this our way. What y'all say now? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling good like a real man should, except where I stood was where I stand, and I'm still the man I think I am. And damn, it's good to see y'all coming on through on a Sunday. We gonna see each other in person one day. T carry right morning, noon, and night. It's always good to have your papers going right in my sight. Word. And Stacey Yvette White, hold it down for the D. Good to see me. Some you know how we do, and I appreciate you coming on through. Yes, I do. Word. And what's going on circa 2000? Good to see you coming through. That's my word, right? So today we talking about the reasons why you feel pain when they feel pain. The reasons why you feel pain when they feel pain. That's what we're going to talk about today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. You know, when you have loved ones, when you have people that you care about, you want them to be all right. One of the things that we really try to ensure in our lives is the physical and mental or emotional well-being of the people that we come in contact with, that we dig, that we like, that we feel, that we know. And it's not always possible for us to keep them all right, but we do our best. We do our best to keep them all right. We do our best to keep them okay. And sometimes things fall a little bit by the wayside, and you know, we just have to, you know, do the best that we can. But listen, we talking about the reasons why we feel pain when they feel pain. And really, when you are close to somebody, you might feel pain physically the way that they feel pain. You know what I'm saying? I've actually experienced it and didn't know what I was experiencing, but we're going to get on point today and see if y'all know anything about this topic this morning on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Here it is, the 30th of the month. It's going to be all right. Tomorrow, Memorial Day, and it's going to be okay. Hey. So sit back, relax, and chill, y'all. Everything is going to be all right. It will, y'all. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Sit back, relax, and do the thing. Just chill. Word. So, I'm your host, Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. Yeah. So let's get it popping. The Urban Therapy with Sun show, the reason why we feel pain when they feel pain. Now, it's a really strange phenomenon when you think about it, because when people that we love, the people that we feel, when they feel pain, or when we know the source of their pain, when we know what happened to them, when we know who to blame, when we know who did what to who, a lot of times we want to take action about that. A lot of times we want to, you know what I mean? Sometimes we want to go ahead and put hands on the problem. But we're going to talk about that. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 11 a.m. till around 12:30-ish. And the reason that we say 12:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday, baby. And this is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We push each other up the sliding boards. We push each other on the swings. We play on the monkey bars, the merry-go-round, in the sandbox. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see how we fit into this thing called the universe, and project this thing and project ourselves into this thing called life. And this life is something that we must live. And the love is something that we have to give, each and every last one of us. My name is Sun752, a.k.a. Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thanks for coming through, y'all. So we're talking about the reasons why we feel pain when they feel pain. Do you understand what I'm talking about? You know, a lot of people report feeling the pains of the pain of their children when their children are hurting. You know, when have you ever seen a child of yours or another child that you care about fall off a bike or crash at something, or fall down and really hurt themselves? Some kids are such troopers, they don't even care. You know, they take that they take their little fall on the chin and they be like, you know, they just dust themselves off. And sometimes as adults, we feel so much pain that we feel like they should feel, that they ain't even really all that stunned about it. But they see our attention that we're paying to it, and they be like, they start crying because they figure, I'm supposed to cry about this. I'm supposed to get all bent out of shape. I'm supposed to be messed up over this. You know what I'm saying? When the child themselves may not really feel that pain. So, you know, we feel what our children feel, because we love our children. We created our children. What should I say? We conceived our children, gave birth to our children. We raise our children, nurture our children, and protect our children. So when they get hurt, even if they hurt themselves, you know, they might fall down and scrape their knee. We start, you know, you start rubbing your own knee. You know what I mean? You can't let a child see you rubbing your own knee when they just hurt their knee. They're going to start tripping. They're going to start panicking. And when you can't keep yourself from panicking, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Circa 2009 says she can't hear us, but it may be her phone. I hope so, because I checked the speed on I checked the internet speed today, and we was good. Levels is good. Levels is good. So that's how we're getting it down on the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Yeah, you know, your child hurts themselves. You feel hurt. You feel pain. Whatever. I swear to God, man. I got word that my dad was in the hospital. Had got put in the hospital. He had like he was having really bad back pains. I swear to God, my back was hurting. My back started hurting soon as I got off the phone from getting word about it. My back hurt for about 3 weeks, maybe a month. I don't know. And it physically hurt. So was it the stress? Was it the worry? Was it the concern? I didn't even know how bad his back was hurting. I just heard that he was hurting over the phone. Yeah, I got the word over the phone. I started tripping like, the God messed up. The God messed up. Nah, we can't have that. We can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like to feel pain, and that mental aspect of the emotional pain. It's something that is a hell of a phenomenon, and many people may deny it, like that's a placebo, or that's just psychosomatic or whatever. Well, to keep it a buck with you, it doesn't really have to be anywhere except for in your mind. You know, if you feel pain, if you feel like you feel pain, your body is going to respond to that. You can easily get symptoms. You can easily get symptoms of an illness by hearing about an illness. You know, it can trigger your anxiety or your paranoia, whatever the case may be. But when you have people in your life that are suffering from certain diseases and conditions, and you know, just from being hurt or whatever, you know, it can make you feel that way physically. Like, you know, you may know in your mind that it ain't exactly right, but see, oh shit, what did I just do? Hold on, what the fuck did I just do? Okay. I don't know what I just did. I was trying to wave at Sucre Je Toi, but it wasn't letting me do it. I don't know what's going on here. But maybe I did do it because she's waving back. Hey! I don't know. Instagram is sometimey. They getting funny on me. They getting funny on me. But anyway. That's weird. That's real weird. Maybe. No, I got nothing. I have nothing. All right. But yeah, like they say that the brain controls all of your nerve functions and your nerve endings, and so they say without a brain you would never feel pain because the brain has to send messages to your muscles to other organs in your body in order for them to function. So that's why when your brain dead, none of the other bodily functions are operational. You kill the brain, you kill everything else. You kill part of the brain, just like when somebody has a stroke. You kill part if you kill part of that when you kill part of the brain, whatever part of the body that part of the brain controlled will be immobilized. And that's why people have to try to go to therapy and things like that to try to recover from they call the scientific term for a stroke is called a cerebral accident. I don't know if y'all know that. It's called a cerebral accident. A cerebral accident. When you're younger, you think a stroke is similar to a heart attack, but it's sort of like a heart attack of the brain. Just as serious, definitely just as serious, but you handle them in different ways. So even though if somebody falls down or gets hit by something or impact or whatever, you don't fit that hasn't physically happened to you, but you may feel it. You may feel it somewhere in your mind, somewhere on your body. You know what I'm saying? And you may be able to ward it off in the beginning, like, yo, I'm tripping. This ain't really happening. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes by, you may actually start to feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you may have problems that only a psychologist can fix. You got physical problems that only a psychologist can fix. And that has been an actual fact for some people. That has been an actual fact where some people actually had to go to a psychologist because they were having physical ailments. Yeah, they were having some physical problems, son. It was physical. So we're talking about when they feel pain, you feel pain. The reasons why when they feel pain, you feel pain. Is it a spiritual connection that makes you feel somebody's pain? Now, when we start talking about mental and emotional pain, let's say emotional pain, because I'm not sure if mental pain is the right word. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we know it's in the mind, and but even though we talk about things that we talk about feeling things from the heart, or dealing with things from the heart, we're really talking about emotions, not necessarily mental. You know what I mean? When you talk about somebody has emotional problems, and when you talk about somebody that's having mental problems, you're not talking about the exact same thing, even though you might kind of be talking about the same thing, because they both come from the brain and all that and everything. And you feel what I'm talking about? Okay. Funny thing about this emotional pain thing, when somebody when somebody that we know has been hurt by somebody else that we know, how do we handle that? Individually, how do we handle that situation? How do some of us handle that situation versus the way that other people handle that situation? You know what I mean? Sometimes some people want to put hands on that situation. You know what I mean? Like, somebody breaks your sister's heart, and your sister is your heart. That's your sister, whether it's your blood sister or whether it's like your cousin who's like a sister, or whether it's like your friend who you're so close to that y'all like sisters, or should I say y'all like cousins, which means y'all like sisters. Let's say she has a boyfriend that has broken her heart, either broke up with her for no good reason, or cheated on her, or did something that really, really hurt her feelings. And you feel like she didn't deserve that. It can happen to a brother too. Don't get me wrong. But we're talking about a sister right now. You feel like your sister didn't deserve to get her feelings hurt. You may feel like she should have never dealt with this dude against our better judgment. You know, she should have never messed around with him. But we warned the boy, you better not hurt my sister, because if you do, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be major. You're going to have to deal with all of us. You know how family get. You know how family get about other family. I've heard people put these threats out to people, to family members that they wasn't even all that close to. They just want to let you know we ain't the type of family to mess around with. You don't want to play around with this, homie. See, what you want to do is you want to steer clear of trouble around here. You don't want to mess around. You don't want to play around. You don't want to play these games here. You understand? Under dig, know what I'm talking about? So we might try to, if we feel like the situation warrants it, we might send somebody around there to put hands on the boy, or we might do it ourselves. You know what? I'm not contracting out for this one. I'm going to go talk to. Nothing I have to say. Definitely ain't gonna like what I'm gonna do. And we start a fight with the person that has put their hands on the feelings of somebody that we love, that we care about. Yeah, they didn't physically put their hands on them, but they hurt them to the point where they're crying and they're distraught and they're upset and they're messed up and they're not doing well. All because of you. So we're going to go around there and put hands on them. Now, my question is this going to fix the problem? Will this make it all right? Will it? Will this make it okay? Because we be, when it gets to the point where maybe you have given somebody a warning once, a warning twice, and you ready to make a move on them. But you got to ask yourself, let's say you go around there and beat them up. Is that going to fix it? Is that going to fix it? Oh, I know what I did. And yeah, we got to get rid of that. Oh, fuck. I know what I did. Hold on. I pinned a comment. I was wondering, like, why is that comment staying at the bottom of the screen? Huh. I did not know that you could pin a comment. I see that we have a caller on the line. Caller, I'm about to pick you up in just a second. Now I know I can pin a comment. I'm going to go ahead and pin one. Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. I can't. Okay, got it. Ah, fudge. Fuck. I fucked that up. I fucked that all up. All right. This is what we're gonna do. There you go. Sheesh. Okay. All right. Sucré Toi says temporarily, like somebody putting hands on him might fix the situation temporarily. Well, let's take a look at that. All right. So I see we have a call on the line. Caller with the last numbers 4828. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this morning? What's good? Is it still morning? Yeah.
Hi, good morning. Yeah. Okay, so you had asked the question earlier if it was a spiritual connection. I think that it is, depending on the nature of your relationship with the person, it can be a spiritual connection. Like I feel like with my sister, it is definitely a spiritual connection. We have a sense of when the other one is in despair, and it doesn't matter how long it's been since, we've spoken. We'll just have like the need to contact the other person, and then of course, as soon as we speak to them, we find out that something was off. And then for other people, it's an emotional connection, and sympathy, empathy, compassion, those sort of things come into play. And that's just my opinion, though.
Yeah. So, yeah, the whole spiritual connection thing, I totally get that. I've experienced that. I've lived that. I've talked about a spiritual connection more in the sense of when you like somebody, like when you like somebody to the point where you almost feel like you in a past life or whatever, maybe y'all knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Like a spiritual connection to it, because it's not always somebody you have known for a long time. Sometimes it's somebody that you really have only known for a short time, but there's something there. There's something there more than just general, like or admiration for a person, and it's not, I'm not going to say it's never a romantic thing, because in some situations it is. You and your man, you and your woman can definitely have a spiritual connection, but a lot of times it can be confusing because it can be towards a person that you have never really met, but like there's something there, like and
I know that feeling.
And I found out some of the reasons for it. Now some of these reasons may be a little unorthodox, or maybe even off the chain, or unbelievable to a lot of people who haven't studied it. But if you study astrology and you understand how charts work and how moon phases and things like that fit into astrology, and you start seeing how it works, you start to see like, but there may be more to this spiritual connection than just coincidence. Like you and a person may have similar signs in your chart. And, so if you study astrology enough, you start to see more characteristics that will manifest themselves in people who have similar signs in their chart than just what you may see written on paper. You'll start to actually see things that other people won't write about, but you'll bear witness to, like, So because astrology is not an exact science, whatever an exact science is, because that's one of those words, like, what is an exact science? You know what I'm saying? But okay. So I guess an exact science for our purposes is a science that's verified by a governing body to hold some type of testable facts. It
doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. We can go with astrology. So like
no, I'm saying that I'm only saying how they don't say that astrology is an exact science. You know what I mean? So
gotcha.
So
yeah. So like I'm with this guy. I haven't been with him long. But I can literally, I don't know, I get this thing in my stomach, like little ticklies in my stomach when I feel like something's bothering him. you know, and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, buddy, how's your day going?" But really, I'm calling or sending a text message because I felt like something was off. So it's funny that you bring that up as far as with somebody that you like.
Yeah, when you get to know a person, if there's something there enough for you to care about them, yeah, you're going to want them to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Some people may look at that as just an obligation. Like, of course you're supposed to care about somebody that you're dealing with or whatever, but it's bigger than that, because sometimes
how is it that I can sense when something's wrong?
Yeah, well, with some people, you can sense right on their face, or you can see in their patterns that something is wrong. And some people you have to know long enough to be able to sense it that way, or to find out about it that way. But when it's somebody that you haven't known a long time, you don't have as much information. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, when you're feeling somebody, when you care about somebody, when you love somebody, you want them to be okay. Even if it's for no other reasons that when they are healthy, when they're strong, when they're doing good, they're more fun. You know what I'm saying? It could be a drinking buddy of yours. People who get high together, get drunk together and stuff like that, they depend on each other a lot. So if you drink some bad malt liquor or something, it's like, damn, I could have been drinking right out of that bottle. You say your stomach hurt? My stomach, what I'm saying? That's a little extreme. But it really is along those lines. It really is along those lines when you really take it into consideration. So, all right. So let me ask you this. Like, because a little bit before I clicked you on, I was talking about how you might want to physically handle a situation where somebody has hurt somebody that you know. You know what I mean? Now we know that if when you go to, okay, all right, let me try to dissect this a little bit, because there's so many facets of this thing that is not as easy as we may give it credit for. If you have ever been in a situation where somebody hurt somebody's feelings that you know, if you go put hands on them, you go beat them up, like, oh, yo, you cheated on my girlfriend, or you cheated on my cousin or my sister or whatever, you know what I mean? That shit wasn't right. We warned you about that shit. So y'all beat the boy up, y'all beat him down, or whatever. All right, now what? Are we all better? You know what I'm saying? Are we good? We all right? You know what I'm saying?
So you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Like, people who
where I'm from, the way I was raised, we're not laying hands unless hands were laid. Like, you know what I mean? Or unless there's a threat. We're not gonna. Everybody gets their feelings hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, you gonna take that one on the chin. You gonna leave? You gonna stay? What's happening? But the minute that we find out, and us finding out is the important piece, that somebody laid hands, will it make it better? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Really?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Because I'm just saying, you have no business laying hands, and
Okay.
It's about to go down.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that simple. But we're not laying hands because y'all got into an argument. Couples get into an argument, they break up, all that other jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And we may issue a warning. Well, not may. We will issue a warning if we feel like you made the other person made our family member feel as if you were going to be physically threatening.
Mm-hmm.
We will issue a warning so that you understand what's going to happen next. You know, but yeah, we're not going to just lay hands because you hurt somebody's feelings. That's ridiculous.
Okay, that's interesting.
Or because you cheated. Yeah, that's
okay. How about this? Okay, now you say with your peoples, it's not about the emotional pain that may have been inflicted on your loved one. It's all about the physical pain. So are y'all like sitting? Are y'all laying in wait? Are y'all laying in wait? You just wait like, yo, I hope he pluck her in the forehead. You know what I'm saying? I hope he grab her hand too hard. Please. Just I hope they get caught in a doorway together and he brush up too hard.
Okay, true story. That really happened to me. But okay, so it's not that we don't care about the emotional part. We do, and we do feel the pain. However, we're not going to inflict physical pain because you know, he or she hurt your feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally was in a situation where my family suspected there may have been some things going on, but I hadn't confirmed it because you know, you feel when you're in certain situations, you feel ashamed. And so, I remember one of my uncles, my brother, was like, if he even brushed up against you in the doorway, and no lie, he brushed up against me in the doorway. You know how you hit somebody's shoulder?
Yes, I do.
You know? Yeah. He did the shoulder hit. And I was like, damn, I was about to lose my whole certification. You know? And I was like, I can't lose my certification. So I tell my brother. And, you know, that was that. But, yeah.
So, okay. Here's the thing about it. Shouldn't your boyfriend be able to brush up against you? Like, all right.
Yeah, well, yeah. Should he? Yeah, I sure hope so. But you know,
yeah,
brush up in that way.
See,
but the shoulder lean. I know you know what I'm talking about.
I know.
You know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the old.
Sure do.
You know what I'm saying? That's you starting something, and you know you starting something. So no, your boyfriend should not be able to do that.
Knock this off. I dare you. I dare you. Look, that pen is right there chilling. Ain't nothing gonna move it except for somebody. Like, look, I can move my head. Chin don't do nothing. So it would take a lot of force for somebody to knock that pen off. So they would have to really, really have meant to have moved me, hurt me. You know what I'm saying? It was physically did something to me in order to knock that pen off. Because the pen is right there chilling. You know what I mean? It's on there sturdy as these necklaces on my neck. So, you know what I mean? I might do the whole show. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. You about to get this. You about to get this work. But nah. But the thing is,
hold up, the tombstone.
Huh? Oh yeah, I know. That's because somebody, a ghost in here, you know what I mean, trying to push me around. But anyway, but yeah, physically, okay. Now we're talking about when the reasons why we hurt when they hurt. So if somebody has emotionally hurt somebody that we love, that we care about, are we emotionally hurt too? I mean, because
yeah.
Okay, but hold on. Let me break this down a little bit because there may be a few variables in here. You know what I mean? Like check it out. All right, we know. Okay, your sister. Okay, I'll make it a man this time. All right, so your boyfriend, I'm sorry, your brother been dealing with this chick. You know, the chick was slimy. You know, she was grimy. You know that your brother his nose was wide open or whatever. I'm like, and you like, why is he dealing with this chick? You know what I'm saying? And he got caught out there by the chick, and and your brother is hurt. And she was like his kryptonite to his Superman. So you want to put hands on the chick, but you know damn well that if you put hands on the chick, your brother gonna be right back with the chick because he want to be with her. And this is one of the things that gets us into trouble when we send the goons after our sister's boyfriends. Like, they ain't done yet, and that's a problem. But the question that I'm taking too long to ask is, all right, my brother got played. Do I feel like I got played? My sister got played. Do I feel like I got played? Because we're not acting like we got played. And the further push the envelope on this concept, ain't it funny how we may go to physically put our hands on somebody that has hurt our loved one's feelings, but that's probably not how we handle our own hurt feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, why are we riding? Why do we find the solution in getting physical for somebody else's situation when we would not have handled that situation physical for ourselves? We would have thought it out a little bit more, like, oh, you gonna play me, right? Okay, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm a slow walk you. But for our loved ones, we like, there ain't no fucking slow walking. Ain't no fucking slow walking. We about to go crush this bug right now. I'm about to go swat this fly right now.
Hold on. We all have those family members that will lay hands regardless of whose situation it is, whether it be theirs or someone else's.
That's true.
But when it comes to our personal relationships, yeah, we take more time with it because we understand the limitations of our emotions, our temporary, emotions, and we know that we are not through. But you still want to have this sense of camaraderie, when it comes to your people. So yeah, you might be ready and willing to jump back.
You ready to lay hands?
Somebody else. Yeah. When it comes to your people, it's actually pretty simple, if you ask me. But I am not laying hands because somebody broke my brother's heart. That has happened, where their hearts have been broken, and it was like, yeah, that's fucked up. I knew she wasn't shit, but you had to work through that on your own. Now she hits him, and this is happening. If she hits him, I don't know, with like a bat or anything in his back, with his back turned, then she is getting fucked up.
You know what? Some people need to stop listening to my shows. I gotta stop saying information. I ain't even saying nothing.
I'm just saying. Because now you hit me in my motherfucking back. Now you hit my brother in the back with a bat. Now you hit me. I felt that. I was wondering why my back was hurting. So now, yeah, it's about to be something because he's not going to lay hands on you. He's not. He might whip you up a little bit, but he ain't gonna. He's not gonna hit you. He's gonna tell you, I'm gonna call my sister, and I'll see you so we can have a conversation.
You said you was wondering why your back was hurting. Y'all on some Corsican Brothers type shit?
I'm just saying, you say when they feel pain, do we feel pain? Yep, sure did. Hypothetically speaking. But
I mean, it seems maybe it's hypothetical, maybe it's not. Like I said, but I remember a few months. It was this year. It was, or was it last year? All I know is that when I got the word that my pop back was fucked up. He was on his way to the hospital or whatever. I swear, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, nah, I'm tripping. That shit was hurting like fuck. You know what I mean? Like I be having lower back problems anyway, but I never used to have that before. You know what I'm saying? Like all that shit is new within the last, I would say, about maybe 3 years or so. Yeah. But anyway, it's funny how protective and how nurturing we can be over someone else that may be able-bodied enough to take care of themselves. But with our own situation, sometimes we are way more rational. We are way more logical. We are way more patient than we are for our loved ones. And what is it that sparks us to do that? I mean, is it that we want them to know that we have their back? Do we want them to know that they are protected? Like, what do you think? Like, what is it?
It is. It's definitely. We definitely want them to know that, hey, you're not by yourself in this, and we're not going to just sit here and watch some shit happen to you. It's like this protective nature that kicks in, and for real, I always raise an eyebrow to family members who don't have that sixth sense, that sense that where it doesn't kick in, where they can find out that somebody laid hands on their people and they were like, yo, that's messed up. You should leave them. And that's their only response. What the fuck? No. What? No, he just punched your daughter in the face. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
was that seriously?
Yeah, I mean, it may have, not being in that situation, but being close to situations like that. Some people know that putting hands on a person just ain't going to, it ain't going to fix the problem. Like, it would be nice.
Well, do you have children?
Yeah.
Okay. Boy or girl?
Boys and girls.
Okay. So if somebody laid hands on your children,
mm-hmm.
let's say the children are, I mean, I don't know the ages, but let's say that they're 18 and above, something. So another adult laid hands on your children.
Mm-hmm.
Will you just be like, yeah, you should just leave them alone?
Nah, but I guess I was thinking more of a situation where there's a history of abuse. You know what I mean? Like, we've gone over there and handled this before. You know what I'm saying? Well, or we've done this with previous boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got a thing for cats that are either you have a thing for people who are aggressive that way, or like there's something going on. There's pattern behavior going on. Like we had to put our hands on 16-year-old boy. 16-year-old boyfriend, I should say. Then we had to put our hands on 18-year-old boyfriend. The graduation boyfriend. Then we had to put our hands on 20-year-old boyfriend. The college boyfriend. And guess what happened with each and every one of these boyfriends? You went sneaking back around with the boy, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So so I was thinking more along those lines. Like, yeah, out of the blue, your first encounter with getting smacked up, pushed, you know what I'm saying, threatened or whatever. No, we gonna handle that. So yeah, I was thinking more along those lines, whatever. It's crazy because you know that there are situations where you'll have to keep coming to the rescue of some people time and time again. Like, this is, you might as well start putting this on your taxes, because you're gonna be doing this work.
Yeah, I have 3 family members like that. I'm sorry, 4. 3 of them are female and 1 is a male. We had to lay hands. I say we, but it was hypothetically speaking, just one person that I know had to lay hands on this female because she was very, very physical. and he wasn't going to hit her. And he knew that her ass was going to be kicked. So he moved away, like he moved out of range. So that, I think, first of all, we drive. Well, okay. And we fly. You ain't said nothing. Merry Christmas. But
yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, that was the conversation. But yeah, so I know I know those situations, and it's unfortunate. That cycle of abuse. It still doesn't mean that we're just going to up and stop feeling the pain. As a matter of fact, when there's a cycle of abuse, in my opinion, you feel it's almost like the pain is worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like the pain is worse because they're insisting on remaining in that situation. So they're constantly inflicting that pain on themselves and you over and over and over again.
Yeah,
because there is an emotional connection, because there is a spiritual connection in most cases.
Well, see, all right. The reason that this is important is that now they got their ass kicked, or they put hands on your loved one. The loved one, they might not have gotten really, really hurt. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's severe, like a black eye, bloody nose, busted lip, or something like that. And sometimes, there are no marks, but you know it happened because it got reported, and the person that reported it ain't no liar. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go handle the situation. And just like the situation where your cousin tried to keep it on the low, because they might not have felt like he might not have felt like his girl was up to task of getting hands put on her by y'all, whatever. Like you're like y'all might be seen as serious handlers, and he ain't one. Like my baby girl, she's a lover, not a fighter. I mean, she fight me, but she ain't gonna fight nobody else. She ain't gonna fight nobody that's gonna fight back. Like, what is you crazy? You know what I'm saying? But so if we're talking about when the reasons that we feel pain when they feel pain, I'm not sure if in situations like that, if we felt the pain. Because where them getting hands put on them, not only maybe physically hurt them, but it hurt their feelings. With us, and they're not feeling anger, but you are. So are we really feeling their pain?
You don't think that anger can be painful?
But it's not the same pain.
Oh, no. But the title of the show is not whether or not it's exactly the same thing. It's whether or not we feel pain. They feel their pain and we feel ours.
Well, the title of the show.
Our pain.
It says when the reasons why you feel pain when they feel pain.
Okay, so they felt pain, and I do too. Now, so it's like, our pain may not be the same, but I felt pain when you felt pain.
I thought it had to be the same pain.
No, I don't know. I got to look in the description and see if you said we had to feel the same pain. I thought it was just they felt pain, and now we feel pain. And I really do. When somebody I love gets hurt, I feel pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's an issue. I feel it.
Okay. No, I believe you. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. And I see we have another caller on the line. We're gonna get to the caller with the last numbers 2968 in just a second. When somebody that you care about, somebody that you love is physically sick, sometimes we feel that pain. And that's not a situation that we can put hands on. You know what I'm saying? So let's say a loved one of yours is suffering from cancer. If you've ever watched someone die of cancer, you know, it hurts. It hurts. You know what I'm saying?
I know this firsthand. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It hurts bad. And sorry that you had to experience that. You know, go through that experience. So many people have had to.
Unfortunately, I'm going through it right now again. So.
Wow. Yeah. It's a tough situation that so many of us go through, and you know, I've seen family members handle things crazy, like in the hospital. You know what I mean? They want to put hands on doctors. Y'all not giving them the right treatment. You know, shit like that. We're really we're so frustrated with our inability to be able to help that we trying to beat up the caretakers. Like, all right, I can't beat the disease, but I can beat up whoever ain't fixing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tough situation. It really, really, really is a tough situation. You know, but you will feel that pain, and all cancer is painful, all of it. But you kind of have to ask the person who is suffering from it where it hurts, why it hurt. You know exactly like what the pain is like. But sometimes our imagination just takes center stage, and you can actually feel that shit. Like, yeah. I don't know what it's like to feel anything in the pancreas. I don't know what my pancreas feels like, but I know that people who have had pancreatic cancer, you know, once it metastasizes, they hurt everywhere. So it doesn't matter if you know what the pancreas is, or how that pain hurts. You know, you feel it. You know that they're hurting everywhere. And anybody who has ever suffered from internal injuries, you know, it's like, ugh, that shit is all up in here. You know what I'm saying? And then you can't put a Band-Aid on this shit. So it's a tough situation. Watching somebody go through a terminal illness is a tough situation. And unfortunately, you live life long enough, you're going to watch it time and time again if you're the type of person that's there for people. And since we're talking about the reasons why we feel pain when they feel pain, or you feel pain when they feel pain, you know, like, yeah, you're gonna be faced with that situation. It's going to be a toughie, and it is a toughie. All right. Okay. We're going to take the caller. Hold on for a minute. Caller with the last number is 2968. Just as mentioned before, thank you for holding. What's on your mind this morning? Well, it's kind of morning, afternoon.
Hey,
what's going on, my dude?
Man, you know, everything's wonderful, amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to certain things, and then I learned that I got to be careful what I be listening to, man, because I listen to what comes out of my mouth sometimes. I'm like, uh-oh. So I got to be careful what I listen to, you know, and that helps me a lot in a lot of areas of my life. So I don't have to, like, you know, mess around, you know what I mean? I can just do what I do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And so you was spitting a lot of stuff out there, and I'm trying to follow everything, you know, and here we are switching gears, and I'm like, oh no, he's going to go this direction now. See where we go now. And I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about when you was talking early on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the topic is the reasons why you feel pain when they feel pain. So we're talking about when you really care about somebody, and and they're either sick, or somebody has hurt their feelings or put their hands on them, and you know, and we're talking about the reasons why you feel what they like, why you possibly physically feel the way they possibly physically feel.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's something that we got. You know what I mean? It's one of the things, you know, where you can empathize with other people, or sympathize with them, you know, because you've been in their shoes before, perhaps, you know, and if you haven't been in their shoes, you know, you can feel things. You know, the surface of who you are is your feelings, but you're not your feelings. You're underneath your feelings. Who you are, you know, your emotions, what you think, what you say, and what you do. So sometimes entirely too much, we find ourselves relying on our feelings, and we shouldn't really be doing it, but we do it. But check it out, man.
Wait. Can you explain to me what you mean by being underneath your feelings? That sounds deep. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Sorry. Underneath our feeling, you know, we have a rough exterior to ourselves, and there's a sacred place to ourselves, which is underneath that rough exterior. Okay. And that's where you are. You're not out here on the surface. This isn't who you are. You're underneath all that, inside, who you are inside, buddy. And that's where we start doing rehabilitation. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people get caught up in all this other stuff, and they make all these mistakes in the world they live in, and they were never taking advantage of those possibilities that already exist.
That's kind of deep. That's kind of deep right there. Let me ask you this: do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many do you have?
I have two.
Okay,
Boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl.
And they're adults. They're adults. They're adults, and I got grandchildren too. So
okay. So when your children were young and growing up, did they ride bikes and skateboards and, you know, join in extracurricular activities at school and stuff like that?
Yeah, they did their thing. They had their support, their sports that they were involved in and things that they were interested. Yeah, they got escorted and chaperoned places and to do things. Yes.
Did you try to protect them from being hurt most of the time, or did they take their bumps and bruises like every other child?
Well, my kids were they got their bumps and bruises. Yeah, when they're learning. Yeah, you know, there's times where, you know, like I would go if my son fell down, you know, and he would be like, you know, hurt holding his knee or something, you know, and yeah, I'd run over there, you know, but I'm not mom. You know, mom has mom's touch, you know. Mothers have a way of doing how they do it. You know, a dad will be like, let me see. Oh, look, you'll be okay. You know, if that's the worst you're ever going to, you'll be just fine, you know, and shake it off. And, you know, and then the kid just comes right out of it, right? But mama wants to go, oh, let's go inside and, you know, get the water and the Band-Aid and this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Did you teach your children how to ride bikes?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Good.
It went good. Like, you know, I'm asking because sometimes some children pick up how to ride a bike really fast. You know what I mean? And other children struggle. You know, some parents, you know, like I don't know how old you are, but I'm 50. So when I was younger, I never learned how to ride a bike with the training wheels. They tried to teach me how to ride the bike with the training wheels, but I wasn't feeling it. I felt like the training wheels were too restrictive. So, right. You know, so I was like, nah, I want to ride the bikes like I see the rest of the kids riding the bikes, and, you know, no training wheels. Come on, let's just ride this thing. But nowadays with some parents, you see them out there with the bike with the training wheels. And they got the helmet on, they got the pads on, they got all this protective gear. And like, we didn't learn that way. You understand what I mean? Like, yo, you got to learn how to ride this shit the right way. And I understand that the parents are just trying to keep their children from being hurt, you know, against all odds.
I know what your point you're making now. I get the point you're making. You know what? You're right, man. When we was kids, we used to go outside and play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Today, kids, You take the computer away from them, took their whole life away from them. You know what I mean?
And with some children, yeah. With some children, yeah.
Some kids is that way. I see some grown folk acting just like these little babies in Duke. I'd be like, what? You guys better get off that PlayStation where you be playing over there, man. I don't know what you be playing that thing. You stay in that thing day and night. It's like you guys must be addicted to that stuff.
Yeah, it can be very addictive.
It is addictive, man. And I see people get hooked up on that. I'm hooked up on this phone, you know. On this phone too, you know. I like to get on the phone and go look around and do stuff, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, but you have to have balance. I heard you talking earlier about stuff, you know what I mean? About people, and I'm thinking there's a lot of people that project onto people outside of themselves.
Yeah.
Hate. Listen. And I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking at it. Inside, in my mind's eye, I'm looking at this situation. Before anything ever even comes about, I'm already peeping already what's going on.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah. Huh?
No, I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm already peeping this in my mind, what's going on, you know, and I'm already thinking that, you know, about me first. Because if I don't see myself first, I ain't gonna be able to see these people, man. And I gotta have some accuracy when I'm looking at this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I could be messing around, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So have you ever go ahead.
So let me just say this real quick then. I'm gonna forget what I'm saying. I'm looking at the situation, and the fact that I look at myself first, I understand. You understand that part? Understanding is very key in this, because if you don't have understanding, then what do you have? You have what you're looking at, bitterness and hatred. And these people want to project that hated part of themselves onto me because they can't see themselves. So they can't see me. And I'm thinking, okay, let me just figure this out real quick, because I got to think, you know, what am I talking about? I don't even know what I'm talking about sometimes. I got to think about it. I'm thinking, okay, I see what I'm talking about. So I want to handle this person because this person has insecurity. And how you handle their insecurity is going to determine what kind of benefits you're going to be experiencing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, yeah. So if you examine your feelings in light of truth, which is underneath your feelings, okay, and the truth is where you're practicing doing the right thing. So this is a sacred place. And some people are in the sacred place profaning it with their adolescent behavior, which is unacceptable. But because you would think that these people would have learned something by now, correct?
You would think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you would think so.
But
you know what? You got to have patience. You know what I'm saying? Because you sure needed it when you was coming around to getting that understanding.
Well, understanding is a journey. You know what I mean? You can have knowledge and wisdom, but understanding is how you put it all together. But let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you were close to somebody, really, really close to somebody, to the point where you feel like you felt what they felt? And how did you handle that situation?
Man, dude, I got myself in a lot of trouble with that, to be honest. A lot of trouble. And I thought I was trying to do the right thing. I thought I was like being the servant, you know, put the robe, you know, the white towel around you and washing feet and stuff. And I realized that when I take on that person's experience, that person was handling that experience in a probably in a really wonderful way, but I thought it was an abuse to the way people were treating them. So I responded the way that I would respond, and I tried to take it easy on the response, but it came out really aggressive, and I ruined their whole thing by doing that.
So what was the situation?
So it turned out that I had to learn how to do it. Not just by running in there thinking I'm going to do something. I had to step back and say, oh, what did I just do? You know, I mean, because I'm making a mistake, and if I don't get corrected, then I could continue making those mistakes. So I had to take a look at my feelings and do a self-confrontation with myself in light of the truth, which is underneath them, where I am. And since I already know this is where the wellspring of life is, you know, my thought process, what I say and what I do is changing because I stay in the Word of God, and God changes what I think, what I say, and what I do. So he gets the glory for what he's doing. I'm just a conduit for that.
Okay. All right. So, what else do you have to offer in the area of feeling somebody else's pain?
Okay, so it's tough, man, because it hurts. It hurts, you know. You ever had an assault placed upon the existence of the love inside of your heart? Have you?
I
I'm
have.
sure you have.
I have.
You've had many of them. Many of them. And I guarantee with each one, it proved one thing, first and foremost, that love in your heart is genuine, true love. So that puts a smile back on your face so you can continue doing what you were doing in spite of those assaults, which are many. And those are just many constant reminders of what you're doing and you're loving people.
Right. Loving people. Do you think that is easier? Do you think that it's easier to feel the pain or to actually feel pain or feel the emotions of someone that you are blood related to, or somebody, or could it just be anybody that you just happen to care about or learn to care for?
Of course, our immediate circle of influence, you know, our immediate circle of people that are closest to us, they can hurt us the most. Somebody in Hong Kong on a rooftop can't hurt me. I don't know them, you know, but yeah, but it doesn't matter, bro, because this is universal. You know what I mean? We're talking about everybody, you know. Doesn't matter if it's grandma, the neighbor down the street, whoever, the milkman, which they don't come by anymore. That sucks, man. I really love that milk when they used to deliver it back in the day on the porch, but those days are gone.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Hold tight. We have another caller on the line. Hold on a second. All right. Caller with the last number 7019. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this morning? This afternoon?
Good afternoon. I just wanted to impress upon our feelings and our need to have a conversation about our feelings and think about how we go about our day and work at being friends.
Okay. You're saying that to say what exactly?
That we all have feelings.
We all have feelings, right? Right.
And we feel other people's feelings.
That's true. Well, let me ask you this. How, if you can explain briefly, how do you handle someone else's hurt feelings versus how you hurt your own? I mean, how yours get hurt. Like you know how we were talking earlier in the show, if you were listening, how sometimes, you know, we may physically try to hurt somebody who has hurt the feelings of our loved ones, but we may not actually hurt the person who hurt our own feelings physically. So how, you know, for you and for what you know of, what would be the difference, if there are any differences, between the way that you handle someone else's feelings who get hurt that you care about versus how you would handle your feelings being hurt?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, no.
I was going to repeat it too. I really was. I was going like, okay.
No. How I deal with my own feelings is probably going to be very different from how I deal with someone who I'm concerned about feelings, because with my own feelings, I'm emotionally invested in my feelings, right? And so it may take a little bit more, a more thought out approach. When I deal with someone else's feelings, it's more from a supportive standpoint, where I'm just going to try to be as supportive as I can, and try to be objective in the situation, and possibly lead them to a resolution that's going to make them feel better about whatever they're going through.
Okay. Yeah. Now, why do you handle that? Why do you choose to handle that a little bit differently? I mean, is it more of a situation where you feel like somebody that has gotten their their feelings hurt that you care about, do you feel like they may not be able to handle that situation as rationally as you may be able to? Or is there another reason?
Not necessarily, because I mean, like I said, you with your own feelings, you have a stake in it, right? Like you're emotionally invested in your own trauma. So with someone else, as much as you may care about the person, it doesn't always directly impact your life and your world, depending on the extent of the relationship. Like if it's someone close to you, it may somehow impact you, but you know, for the most part, they're carrying the brunt of whatever it is they're going through. So, you know, your role in that is either help them or remove yourself from the situation. And most people are going to make a decision whether they're going to, you know, either jump in with both feet, or they're going to try to remove themselves from the situation because they don't want, you know, to be a part of whatever they're going through. Me personally, you know, if I know about a situation and someone has come to me with a problem, then I'm going to try to fix it however I can, or at least give them some advice or tools to help them figure it out on their own with whatever assistance that I can. But that would pretty much be my role. If it's someone who's immediately connected to me, you know, like my loved ones, my children per se, you know, I'm definitely more emotionally invested in my children, because whatever hurt them, of course, I feel hurt from that. So if something is wrong with them, or someone has hurt them in any way, you know, my immediate response is probably not of a good one, because, you know, I want to resolve it. And sometimes, you know, not with such a cool head, depending on the extent of it. You know, if anyone touches my children, then I probably don't really have a cool head about that. But yeah, outside of physically harming my children, you know, there isn't, you know, much that I'm not willing to do for someone to try to help them.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does answer my question. I guess I'm really trying to figure out. Well, I'm getting a lot of information, but I'm just trying to figure out why is it, or how is it that we physically or mentally and emotionally feel the pain of people that we care about. And I guess while we're at it, I'm curious about the level of care that we have to have. One of the examples that we're using a lot are children, because we know that all parents love their children. Well, some don't act like it, and some don't perform like it, and of course there are levels to it, just like everything else. And the question that I'm battling with is, how does the level of care that we have for a person, level of love, level of level of admiration, whatever level on the positive side that makes us be close to somebody, how much does that play into how we will handle, you know, feeling what they feel? Like, do we have to do they have to actively be around us? Or, you know, like, are we dealing with people that are in our immediate cipher, or are people all the way across the world? You know,
I think it's different with different people. Of course, your children and your loved ones is probably very simple because that's a natural instinct, right? We're all born with that, especially when it comes to being a parent. You're born with the instinct to want to protect that which come from you, right? So, and that's just across all species. I can't think of too many species who won't protect their child, or so that's easy. Now, as far as when it comes to a person who's a friend of yours or an associate, I think that depends on the person and how much you have grown to care for that individual, how you place them in, in your realm of how you see people. So that's just going to depend on each individual person. Me personally, if someone is close to me, I sort of have the same or a similar care as I would someone who, was biologically related to me. And as much as even if you are not getting along with your family members, your instinct to want to protect them still is there. I mean, that probably doesn't go away unless they've done something to really, really, just X themselves out of your life. But outside of that, I think that you still have that instinct to care about them in a way that you want to protect them from being hurt. And because they're hurt, you feel that. And on any level. Even if it's just, to want to help them get past that moment, you still have some level of care and hurt because you see them hurting and you want to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, how celebrities will get sick or pass away and their fans or people who may not have been even active fans will share this sadness and really, care for their family. Some people will send in money and things like that. Is that a real thing to you? And any of y'all can answer that. But is that real? Because you may not be the type of person that feels that way. It's like you may have general love for humanity, like anybody. I would hate for anybody that I know or have heard of to have had to have suffered, but it may not pull at your heartstrings the way that you see people like fans of celebrities, act out when they get hurt or get sick or die.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not falling out or anything like that. I'm sorry, sis.
I didn't even realize you were still on the phone.
Oh yeah, I was just being quiet. I like Whitney Houston. So like certain celebrities, you may feel extra. I don't know if I should say extra, but you'll feel emotional about because maybe they had some type of influence. There's a feeling of melancholy. For me, with artists like Prince or Whitney Houston, because of what I was going through, and when I became a fan. So yeah, when they passed away, it was like I lost somebody, like my cousin Prince, or my cousin Whitney, them passed. That's like so it was that's really how I was really sad, you know. But it's because of the experiences surrounding whatever their, entertainment influence was on my life at the time.
Yeah.
Plus the general sense of compassion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I agree. Like when it comes to celebrities, of course there's a level of sadness for me personally. Like if it's someone that I either admired or, had some connection with through their music, not because I knew them personally. But to say that I, had shed tears and got like, and really grieve them, I can't say that it's to that extent, but there definitely is a level of sadness. Like, you kind of feel like, wow, that person is not going to be here anymore. That sort of thing for me. But I can't say that I grieve them as I would a family member. Like when my family members leave this earth, is really I'm distraught. So it doesn't rise to that level. Because I don't know them personally. The only thing I have is, just what I know of them, from a distance. So, I can't relate with fans that, really go all out and, to that extent and go to the funeral and things like that. I can't really, I'll watch from a distance, but I haven't been drawn to go to those extents or, involve myself in people's personal life, so to speak, because I, like them as a celebrity, or an artist or something like that. I don't have that that kind of fear in me. I don't know.
Okay. Well, do you think that the people who do feel that level, people who send in money and gifts and cards and stuff like that, do you think that did you think that the way they feel is genuine? Is it real?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like their feelings are just as genuine as my lack of feelings is genuine. People feel how they feel. Some people, as fans get very invested in their in celebrities' lives, and they feel like they actually know them.
Yeah.
Even on social media, like people really get invested in other people's lives to the point where they really feel like, they know that person, even if they've never talked to them in real life. Only thing they have is, very basic communication, or even if the person never even communicated with them directly at all, even if they're speaking to a general population, they feel like they are speaking directly to them.
Mm-hmm.
I just have never experienced that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I mean, some people really, really get into it, like really, really heavy, to the point where, I mean, you would think that they really, really knew him. But I mean, that shouldn't surprise us because many people live vicariously through their celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody understands the how human each celebrity is and how they are just people. And they were just people even before the fame and stuff like that. But I could still see how they could somehow feel connected to those celebrities in their own way and perform as if they really knew them or really felt them, or however it goes. So we're gonna get it
90 seconds.
All right, y'all. We're about to do these birthday shout outs. Listen, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for calling in. I appreciate it. Thanks for helping carry the show. Thanks for giving out that good info. And
you're the real MVP today.
I always wanted to be. I always wanted to be. Appreciate you mucho. All right, y'all. Let me close y'all out of here. All right. A 1, a 2, and a 3. All right.
60 seconds.
All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number 1 out the box, my girl Demetria Key B Merriman, happy birthday to you. And Latasha Jones, turning 42 years old today. And Arania Johnson, turning 49 years old today.
Seconds.
And Regina Powell, turning 50 years old today. Half a century club, do the damn thing. And Kendra Leggett, happy birthday to you. And Tiana Loving London, happy birthday to you. And Kelly Camps, happy birthday to you. And Monique Lewis, turning 44 years old today. Bow, 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 bow. Happy birthday. And Erica E-Class Benz Custis, turning 38 years old today. Spin the barrel. Bop, 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 bop. And my girl Cecita P. Dawson, Texas is all up in the house. Happy birthday to you. And Rosalind Hartman turning 68 years old today. And my man Keith from up the block, Vernon Keith Ruffin Jr. Happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Candace NLBW Jesus Dorsey turning 43 years old today. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious May 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn to rock out, rock on and do the damn rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. Yeah, when they feel, you feel. When they hurt, you hurt. When they love, you love. I don't know about that way. We don't always love the way they love, but we can often feel when they feel. And although we talked a lot about it being on the somewhat negative side, when we're talking about pain, whether we're talking about physical pain or emotional pain, I'm sure that on the positive side, when something makes someone else happy, we probably feel a little bit of that too. Maybe not on the same level, and definitely not with the same emotion. You know what I'm saying? Because something that may make someone happy, even though we want our loved ones to be healthy and happy, something that may make them happy may actually be dangerous, like drugs or a toxic relationship or something crazy like that. So, it goes the way it goes. Listen, I want to thank y'all all for coming through. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love you right back to life. Yes, I do. I will see y'all tomorrow. I guess we're going to have a show tomorrow. Why not? 7:00 tomorrow night for the Daily Go Get Emism show. I want y'all to have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy your holiday. If your cookout got rained out today, it's kind of like how the cookie crumbles. And I feel your pain. I do. So with that being said, Blog Talk will get you on up out of here. I say I holla back. Peace.
Thank you
And
for
for
using
my
Blog Talk Radio.
Instagram is
Goodbye.
Fire Slammer Jam. I holla back. And for my YouTubers, y'all know how it go. Don't forget to like the show, share the show, and subscribe to the channel. Peace, y'all.